halftime show here on WK&T Sports. Graves County with the lead at the half, 37-26. And it started off with a very hot start for Graves County, both from the field and their defense forcing quite a bit of turnovers, helped them get to their 11-point lead at the half, led by as many as 16. Looks like for Colby Kennemore heading with 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, 9 points, 3 3-pointers made on 6 attempts. Noah Fulton, 2 for 2 from the stripe for 2 points. D'Angelo Brooks, just 2 points in this first half on one made field goal, missed the front end of a 1-and-1. Grace Richards had 2 points as well. Nathan Watkins, 2 and a 3 for 5. And then Stone had a pretty good game off the bench in the first half with 6 points to help keep Mayfield in this ballgame. I mean, Mayfield's bench, he had 6 points for Stone, 5 points for Watkins, and 2 points for Fulton in that first half, really helping keeping Mayfield in the ballgame. For Graves County in that first quarter, it was almost entirely Mason Grant and Drew Thompson. And Grant ends up with 13 in the first half, and Drew Thompson with 15 to help lead the way. Caleb Oliver with the basket for 2. Lucas Pigg hit a 3-pointer for 3. And John Brown has 2 field goals for 4. As far as foul trouble either way, Colby Kennemore has 2 for Mayfield. Mason Grant and Marcus Isaiah have got 2 each for Graves County. Isaiah picked up his second foul about midway through the first quarter. We didn't see him the rest of the first half, and kind of what you said, it's, Graves County, I think, with the lead, has a little bit more of a luxury of they don't have the need to bring their guys back in with the foul trouble as long as they're ahead.
Well, they lost the scoring of Grant because he had the hot hand in that first half, but he's got the luxury of ball handlers, guys with experience. Hey, and you know, they've been playing.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, Mayfield hasn't played in 3 weeks. And they're getting baptized by fire on the press that Graves had and the turnovers that Graves County's created.
It's one of those things, and especially at the high school level and even the college level, I think you can't replicate in-game intensity in practice. You just can't. You can get as close as you can, inter-squad scrimmage or whatever. You cannot replicate in-game pressure and intensity in any kind of a practice.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. And you don't know how this game is so different. It is so different than any other game that they'll play all year long.
For either team.
When they play Graves County and Graves County plays Mayfield. So it's just, there's no replication of that because it can be different each time you play.
Oliver will take the 3 from the top off the back of the rim. Long rebound out to Richards. Kennemore somehow got all the way to the rim and kind of double pump and try to get up and around Brown, and foul is going to be called. Kennemore will get a better free throws. That's John Brown's first. He thankfully for Graves has stayed out of foul trouble. Without him in the lineup, they don't have a lot of size to match up with Mayfield's.
You know, I stepped outside a while ago and somebody made the comment, well, it's Grant tonight. It's always somebody different each time these teams play. And I think back to that over the course of the years, and that's right.
Yeah.
You know, it's somebody. I can remember when my boys played, it was Narano one night, or it was Mathis one night, or it was always somebody different each time we played.
And I think, and you talk about, those teams specifically, I think, the top 2, a lot of times you kind of knew they were going to get something close to theirs. Is who's going to be that 3rd guy, that 4th guy, end up making the difference. And with those 2 teams specifically, it was the depth, because those 2 teams peaked at about the same time, for a good stretch of years. And that's it was amazing to watch those 2 teams play each other over the course of a couple of seasons.
I remember we came out here, I guess it was their senior year, and Deshaun Jones goes seemed like 15 for 15 from the free throw line. I think he was a 50% free throw shooter. You know, it was just
he raised his average by like 20% in a single night because of how he shot the free throws here. And it was a close game toward the end, and Graves continues to try to foul Deshaun Jones. Like, he can't keep hitting these free throws, but he kept hitting them anyway.
Yeah.
And I think he went on to miss like 10 of his next 12 after that game.
Right, and I think he had like 30 points that night.
Right.
You know, so.
Tried to shuffle it to Gammons, but it will go in and out. Rebound goes right to Dabney, and he's going to be fouled.
Let's see if they call that on 22 right here, and they do. They call it on Isaiah, and that's going to be his third.
No, they didn't. They called it on Mason Grant, which is his third.
Well, I mean, pick your poison.
Either way, it's somebody on Graves County, a starter, with going to be 3 fouls, and not what Coach Frick and his staff want to have.
The ref just warned Frick to let the player know to keep his mouth shut.
And I would always prefer that if a ref, letting a coach know, like, hey, you need to tell him to calm down. That should always be the first route. If a player's just saying something, complaining, and not, being completely belligerent about something, give that warning. I think that helps the player and coach and referee relationship. Foul is called on Brooks, his second. Mayfield's third here in the second half. 2 free throws coming for Drew Thompson. Drills it. Thompson up over 85% now on the strike from the season. Buries another. (39-29), 2 minutes gone by. Isaiah pressuring Dabney close. Kennemore, tough shot in the paint. Rebound is tipped. It's on the floor. Just waiting for a jump ball signal, but apparently nobody's got it, and there it is. There's just about 3 or 4 different bodies on the floor.
Yeah, they better call those jumps pretty quick, because it can get a little...
It'll get scrappy in there at the very least.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the right word to say there.
It'll get physical in a hurry. Somebody just trying to rip that ball out. Good upright defense, but a good strong finish for Brooks. Just his second field goal. He's got 4.
And that is not what Graves County wants. They do not want Brooks to get going.
Averages 16 a game to match Kennemore to lead the offense. Travel is going to be called on Flint. We'll see if Isaiah continues to remain aggressive. He's got the 2 fouls, trying to avoid getting that third. Richard slips, loses the ball. They'll get it ahead to Oliver, and he'll run all the way and finish it. And I don't know if
looks like
Richards got hit or if he hit his nose as part of the fall, but if he lost a contact or if he's holding the nose.
I think he somehow got hit in the nose. Like you said, I don't know if it's the floor, an elbow. I don't know what it was, but it was in the scrap of the loose ball.
They're going to take him out. They'll bring Watkins in for him. Dabney goes in the backcourt to get it. And if I was Graves, I would be tempted to force Brooks or Gammons to take a jump shot instead of covering him out there on the perimeter. But you can't give up that weak side offensive rebound as Gammons right there to put it in.
It's his first bucket of the night.
Graves County's lead is 8. Flint all the way to the rim. Nice hesitation.
It's his first bucket.
Brooks will take the 3, too strong. But Kennemore comes in right from behind Flint and just takes it away, and that shot is pitched out to the top. Mason Grant will take it himself and lay it in. That was a heck of a play by Kennemore, and they're going to get a foul, I think a technical foul called on Brajan Dabney, I think, and yeah, it is. I believe that was the signal, and the referee's explaining to Coach Croft what the call was exactly. And I didn't get a good look at the play. I was a little late getting to what happened, but it looked like the after effect. Isaiah was kind of just right up on Dabney. Dabney just kind of shoved off of him. I thought it might have been called an offensive foul, but I didn't see enough for a technical unless he said something.
I didn't see it at all. I was trying to update the scorebook. I told you that this is not a game where I needed to be doing this, but I saw what happened off of the block shot. Dabney went for the loose ball. Grant picks it up, and Grant kind of throws him off of it, and then goes on to score. And there's been chippiness going on the whole time,
which happens in this rivalry.
Oh, it does. It does. Thompson missed his first free throw of the night.
His first free throw of the last, I think, 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
He didn't miss one against Carlisle County.
I've kept my mouth shut tonight.
Thompson for the 3 from the top, no good. John Brown follows it right up and in. Graves County back in front by 15. It has bounced between 15 and 9 and 8 back and forth for the most of the quarter. Brooks tried to shuffle it, and they're going to get a foul somewhere inside on Graves County. I think it's Mason Grant. If I saw the referee's hand right, it is. That's his 4th.
Wow, that's a blow.
Grant has had a fantastic night. He and Drew Thompson have done a beat of the scoring. And they're going to get another foul on Graves County. As Brooks tried to get in on the basket on the drive.
Who was that foul?
I didn't see who the foul was on, and there's got another foul on Graves County. The last foul was on Oliver, and Graves County's gotten 3 whistles in the last 15 seconds. That one's on Aiden Flint. So Oliver picks up his second, Flint gets his second. And Stone will head to the free throw line for a pair. Stone knocks down the front end. Stone had a very good first half off the bench, had 6 points, and on the season, just averaging 4. He's got a good stroke. He's got 8. Pig trap, they try to get it inside to Brown. Goes up and over Kennemore. Not sure why the head fake was necessary. You just got to go up and over the smaller man.
Yeah. Sam Brown went out after, Sam Stone went out after the pass into the post there, got out of position on that.
John Brown takes the charge and gets the call. That's the exact thing I would have expected Caleb Oliver to try to do when he's being bodied by Brooks inside. Is if they're going to keep throwing your weight into him, go down and see if they'll give you that call. At least try it the first time and see what happens.
Yeah.
At the very least. Because if you just let him keep backing you down, Brooks is going to win that battle more times than not. That one almost taken away. It actually bounces off the official. Thompson picks it up, puts the floater in.
They're in the court of play. There's not anything you can say or do about that.
Nope. The official was standing just inside the field of play right in front of the scorebook. Kennemore, nice handling to get traffic, but forced up a bad shot, but it went right to Stone, who picks it in.
That was a pass.
Was it a pass?
That was a pass.
It looks like it was a shot.
No.
Thompson forces up a shot in traffic. Brooks got the rebound, almost fell down. Got it to head to Fulton, who gets it up and in. And Coach Frick's going to call a timeout, I think, to kind of calm everybody down. It's been a bit hectic for the last minute and change. But Graves County still holds a 13-point lead here in the third quarter. Take the commercial break. Back after this, WK&T Sports coverage of Region 1 basketball. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WK&T Sports coverage. Region 1 basketball, Battle of the Birds here on the boys' side on a cold Saturday night. We're staying warm inside the nest as Graves County holds on to the 13-point lead here in the late parts of the third quarter, 52-39. Nice backdoor cut. Thompson couldn't get it up and in. And they're going to say last touch by Graves County. There was about 4 sets of hands. I don't know how you make a confident call as to who touched that. There was a bunch of people in there.
I'll tell you what happened. When Thompson didn't like the call, he left the basketball where it was at instead of picking it up and handing it to the referee. And the referee just gave him a little jaw right there. So that could have turned into something different.
And they're going to get a block call on the far side, and Watkins just lost the dribble and just fell into Isaiah, and he's going to be called for the foul. Watkins kind of claps Isaiah on the back. He's like, I don't know. Don't ask me. Because to me, I would have had that be a no call because the ball was laying loose on the floor and it rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, you could have said that Watkins was out of control there. You could have said that it was a no call. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is.
It was an odd play, at the very least.
2-point ball game. This place is going nuts over that call, I can tell you.
This would be true. They got a whistle on the Eagles. There's a grab underneath the basket.
I think that's on Lucas Pig.
It is on Pig. That's his first, but the team's 7th. And Mayfield is going to be in the bonus the rest of the way through.
You know, and a lot of these fouls has come off of Mayfield's offensive rebounding.
Mayfield's got the size advantage. You got to give them credit for attacking the offensive glass, but they have got the advantage. Free throw is good for Brooks. 60% shooter on the season. In and out. Rebound for Oliver. And Oliver's example on the free throw line is what Graves County has got to do a better job of to hold on to this lead. They have got to box out, especially when you are at the disadvantage on the height. Thompson pounded the dribble up top. Wants Brooks to come out and cover him one-on-one. See if he can try to get by him.
Well, Mayfield's down 12 here. They cannot let him just sit out there and pound the air out of the basketball. You've got to force them to go take a shot.
Hard contact on the handoff. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on Brooks pushing through the screen. I think that was Oliver going down to try to get that call, as I think he really didn't like the kind of the hard shot on the handoff previously.
That's 3 on Brooks.
And Coach Croft's going to get him out of the game to make sure he doesn't pick up a 4th in the final 20 seconds here. They brought in Braden Morris. Watkins is going to come out and commit the foul. And I like Drew Thompson's decision. He created the space to try, and he could have forced up a shot there, but not taking that shot and holding on to the ball and make sure they run as much time off the end of the quarter. Because he could have forced a shot up there, taking a shot. It would have been an open shot, but he knows like there's 8 seconds left in the quarter. I don't want to force a shot.
Yeah, there's not many people in the region that would not have taken that shot right there. There's a fixation in the kids nowadays that if somebody falls down off your dribble, you've got to make that shot to really make it.
Otherwise, it don't count. Yeah. But I think that's a wise senior, making a smart decision. He knows his coach doesn't want him to take a shot with 9 seconds to go in the quarter.
I think it's a smart decision for Coach Frick to get him out of the game too at this point, because
Kennemore, a good look at that half-court shot. But left it just short. Graves County will take a 14-point lead into the fourth quarter. We'll be back after this. You're watching Region 1 basketball here on WK&T Sports. Start of the fourth quarter here on WK&T Sports. Graves County and Mayfield battle of the Birds on a cold February evening. Now let's see here with Kent Guffrey on our coverage with 1 quarter left.
1 quarter to go. 14-point ball game. I'm calling it right now. 2 minutes to go. We're going to be inside a 10-point game.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't think that's exactly a bold prediction with the way this rivalry goes. Caleb Oliver can't get it to stay home as it rolls around the rim. Stone with a weak side rebound. If you're Isaiah, be careful. Don't reach in. Force the point guard to handle the ball. It's so tempting to reach out and try to get that steal. Just keep your hands out. See if you can deflect the pass. Kennemore takes it all the way himself. That's a tough bucket for Kennemore, and a rare 2-point bucket as well.
I'm surprised. They could have called a foul from the top of the key all the way down to the shot. Body was all over him right there. He stayed straight up, though, and the refs gave him benefit of the doubt.
Flint's three-pointer in and out. And travel is going to be the call. Kennemore had someplace to go, and an eagle came flying by right as he went to pass it, and he had nowhere to go with it.
That's the same move that Kennemore does every time somebody comes down the floor on a fast break. He'll try to go swipe the basketball.
Mm-hmm. Thompson leading all scorers. He's got 22, and Watkins is going to be called for the push. That's the exact thing I talked about on the other end. If you bring your hands in on the guy who's handling the basketball, they're going to call that whistle more times than not. If you keep them out, much less likely to get that foul call. Thompson to the line for 1 and 1. First one is good. And I think they all know that he's going to make it, so they need to move on the 1 and 1 on the front end. Second free throw good for Thompson as well. They're going to get a foul as Isaiah came in behind Kennemore and took it away, and then he pushed Isaiah away, and Kennemore's going to be called for the foul. That's Kennemore's third. Isaiah has not scored on the night until that free throw.
This might be the longest quarter. It could be longer than the first three.
With both teams already in the bonus at the start of the quarter, it's very possible. Brooks has it deep up top, covered by Oliver. Nice fake on the end around, but left the shot short. But Watkins come in, nobody blocked him out. And Brown finally 4 chances for Mayfield in the paint, couldn't get anything to go. Thompson stepped through and got it up and in. So Brooks had a great move and faked the use of the screen, got all the way to the rim, left it short. He and Watkins both got attempts in the paint and still couldn't get it up and in. It's been that kind of night for Mayfield. They've missed some shots they normally knock down, especially in close.
Yeah, those last two were, just little gimmies.
Fulton, a quick three-pointer, knocks it down. Timeout called a 30 from Coach Croft. The lead back down to 15, 60-45. We'll take a quick commercial break with them back after this. WK&T Sports coverage of Region 1 basketball.